The Life and Sad Ending of Irene Ryan. Irene Ryan, born Jessie Irene Nelblett, was born October 17, 1902 in El Paso, Texas. She was Catherine J. Cady and James Merritt, Nelblett's second child and last daughter. Her mother was an immigrant from Ireland, while her father was a North Carolina-born Army surgeon. The only sibling she had, Anna, was 17 years older than Jessie Irene. At the age of 11, Ryan started her career after winning $3 for singing Pretty Baby in an amateur contest at the Valencia Theater in San Francisco. At 20, she married writer-comedian Tim Ryan. They performed in vaudeville as a double act, known in show business as a Dumb Dora routine and epitomized by George Byrne and Gracie Allen. Known professionally as Tim and Irene and Bill formally as Tim Ryan and Irene Nevlet, they starred in 11 short comedies for Educational Pictures between 1935 and 1937, substituting for Jack Benny. In 1936, they starred in the Jello Summer Show on NBC's Red Network. Tim and Irene Ryan divorced in 1942 without having any children. Although she kept his surname, she toured with Bob Hope and was on his radio program for 2 years. She played Edgar Kennedy's wife in 2 of his RKO series of short films in 1943. She had an appearance in the country music movie Oh My Darling Clementine the same year. Tim Ryan had established himself as a prolific character actor by the year 1943, and Monogram Pictures brought him and Irene back together for 4 feature films, the last of which being the 1944 musical Hot Rhythm with Donna Drake. Irene wed Harold E. Knox, a producer of motion pictures, in 1946. They split up in 1961. The couple didn't have any kids. In the late 1940s and early 1950s, she continued to act in films, frequently portraying fussy or nervous women. She joined the CBS radio roster of The Jack Carson Show in 1946. She portrayed a local shopkeeper who runs a confectionery store and lending library together. 1955, in January, Ryan made her first television sitcom appearance in an episode of the CBS series The Danny Thomas Show. She appeared with Walter Brennan in the 1959 episode Grandpa's New Job on the ABC sitcom The Real McCoys. She appeared in 3 episodes of Frank Alliter's 1960 to 1961 CBS sitcom, Bringing Up Buddy as Cynthia Boyle, and she appeared as Rusty Wallace in The Romance of Silver Pines, a 1962 episode of My 3 Sons starring Fred McMurray. Ryan appeared as a famous guest star participant on the game show Password in 1966. Ryan was cast in what was her best-known role in 1962 as Daisy Granny Moses, the mother-in-law of patriarch J.D. Jed Clampett in the Beverly Hillbillies, although Ryan was only 5 years older than Buddy Ebsen. Daisy Mae Moses, portrayed by Irene Ryan in all 274 episodes, called Granny by all, is Jed's mother-in-law, so is often called Granny Clampett in spite of her last name. She has a blunt attitude, is easily annoyed, and frequently allows Jed to govern her. She considers herself to be a faithful Baptist Christian, dumped not sprinkled with forgiveness in her heart. A self-styled MD mountain doctor. When starting painful procedures like bleeding a leech or removing teeth with pliers, Granny uses her white lightning brew as a type of anesthesia. Ryan was a lead actress in a series when she was nominated for an Emmy Award in 1963 and 1964 for Outstanding Continued Performance. In 1966, Irene Ryan played Granny in the comedy Don't Worry, We'll Think of a Title, co-starring Rose Marie and Maury Amsterdam. Ryan performed the song No Time at All as Berth in the 1972 Broadway production of Pippin, which was directed by Bob Fosse. Ryan's performance in Pippin earned her a 1973 Tony Award nomination for Best Supporting or Featured Actress on Broadway. Ryan had smoked heavily his entire life. Ryan reportedly had a stroke on March 10, 1973, while performing in Pippin. On the advice of her doctor, she took a flight to California and checked into a hospital. She was diagnosed with an inoperable glioblastoma. Sadly, she died at St. John's Hospital, Santa Monica, California, on April 26, 1973, age 70. Her body was interred in a mausoleum crypt at the Woodlawn Memorial Cemetery in Santa Monica.